electric field at a point outside a charged conductor. So, this is a general case where any arbitrary shaped conductor can be considered. So, let us consider a conductor of arbitrary shape. So, let us say it is given some charge. So, it is a charged conductor. So, let us say some positive charge is given to it. So, charges distribute on the surface of this conductor. They are distributed on the surface of this conductor. Let us say the charge density of these charges is equal to sigma. Sigma is the charge density of these charges. So, for convenience, let us assume the charge to be positive charge. Now, my intention is to calculate the electric field at point P just outside the conductor. So, for this purpose, what I will do, I will consider a Gaussian surface which is a small pillbox shaped, a cylindrical pillbox shaped Gaussian surface. So, which is in which the point P lies along the axis of this cylinder. That is how I will choose it. Now, since it is along the axis of the cylinder, I will choose the axis of the cylinder to be perpendicular to the surface, normal to the surface. Since it is normal to the surface, according to electrostatics of conductors, the electric field due to this should also be along the axis of the cylindrical pillbox I have considered at point P. Now, if I consider this shaded area, if I call it as ds vector, so ds vector is also along the direction of electric field. Now, through this Gaussian surface, if I calculate flux, so it has three surfaces, one curved surface, second one the surface inside the flat surface, this surface the shaded one, third one is this. So, total flux through the Gaussian surface phi is equal to flux through curved surface phi 1 plus flux through the flat surface 2 plus flux through the surface 3. Now, if I consider surface 1, entire electric field is along axis, area vector is in this direction. So, they are perpendicular to each other. So, flux phi 1 becomes equal to 0. Flux through the curved surface will be equal to 0 because the entire field is along the direction perpendicular to the surface. Then, if we consider phi 2, so surface phi 2 is inside the conductor. You know very well from electrostatics of conductor that inside the conductor there is no electric field. So, since there is no electric field, there will be no electric flux. So, phi 2 is equal to 0. Now, coming to phi 3, flux through the surface. So, here E and ds are parallel to each other. So, flux is dot product of E and ds. Since they are in same direction, it will just become EDS. So, total flux through the Gaussian surface will turn out to be EDS. Let us call this as equation 1. This is calculation of flux from the definition of flux. Now, use Gauss law. So, from Gauss law, what we get? Flux through the surface should be equal to charge enclosed divided by epsilon naught. Now, what is charge enclosed? Charge enclosed is this sigma into area of cross section of this surface, Gaussian surface, that is ds divided by epsilon naught. Call it as equation 2. So, now from 1 and 2 we have two equations for flux. Left hand side is same, we can equate the right hand side. So, from 1 and 2, what you can write? E into ds is equal to sigma ds by epsilon naught. Ds get cancelled, we will get it to be E is equal to sigma divided by epsilon naught. This is the expression for electric field. In the vector form, you can write it as E is equal to sigma by epsilon naught into n cap, where n cap is unit vector in the direction of electric field. N cap is unit vector in the direction of electric field. So, electric field near the surface of a charged conductor is sigma by epsilon naught, where sigma is surface charge density of the conductor. This result is true for any shape of the conductor.